Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Running the Bases. I'm Michael Garaffa, joined today by Ryan Blank, Spencer Sheehan, and Nick Nath. And today's a very, very special episode of Running the Bases. For all of us, this is our final time we will ever be broadcasting live from Blaze Radio. It has been 4 years on Blaze, starting the second semester of freshman year, and here we are on the very last broadcast ever for us on this radio station. It's crazy. It's been a long time coming. Spencer, you've been lucky enough to be a part of the last, I guess, year of it, which is crazy to think of. And Ryan and Nick, you've been here since the very beginning. But welcome, boys. It's a somber day, but it's bittersweet, I would say.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. It feels like just yesterday. I was just recording our first one together with my Subway.
Oh my God! I forgot you can unmute yourself. By the way, Nick. You can.
Myself?
Yeah, just don't have your mic muted, and you're good. Or I mean, you have your speaker off, and you're fine. Yeah, there you go.
Everyone, or just
No, just him, because then we're gonna have crazy feedback. I'm just gonna have to make sure I unmute myself every time Ryan talks, or unmute my volume every time Ryan talks, or else I'm gonna hear everybody, and it's gonna be echoing. So, lovely stuff. But yeah, it's
been crazy.
Hey,
yeah.
yo, guys,
Subway stories. Yes, Ryan.
I'm hearing double. One of you asked to mute because I'm hearing a bad echo.
Okay, well then it's gonna have to be Nick, and Nick, you'll just have to yell, and Spencer, you too. You guys are gonna have to project, and then you'll come across.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. So yeah, I mean, gosh, the first, I think, Nick, you came on the show before Ryan did. Thinking back, I also thought before, I was like, man, I really should have made a best moments video. And I know, but it's just, it would have been
funny. Oh my God, the moment at your house.
Oh yeah, we have a whole 30-minute highlight video of just that.
Yeah.
Which was special in of itself. But yeah, the first day with you with your Subway sandwich, Ryan, your first day. Where was that? The day we also had the mozzarella onion tomato salad. I think
that was no, that was the second time. All I remember is one day I see this kid. I think it was put on Twitter. He's like, "I'm looking for hosts on my baseball."
It was on the Facebook thing or whatever, wherever it was.
And I saw this dweeby looking guy. I was like, "Hey, let's see, might be worth something." And I remember when I first met him, I thought he was obnoxious.
Oh,
Just wait.
That still holds true. But hey, what's Michael Graff without being obnoxious? That's just a part of his charm.
Only you knew the trouble you'd have saved yourself if you just didn't say I'm interested. All the trouble.
Honestly, it has been so worth it because I get to mess with you all the time.
That is true.
I just get to mess with you. So it is so much worth it because of what has come from it. Also, I have learned that your family loves me and that your mother is quite the cook.
That is fair. However, what he didn't mention was that in Ryan's first ever episode with me, he was texting the entire time.
Really?
And I really was not a fan of that, and I didn't want to have him back. I was like, I'm not going to have him back because he was texting the whole time and clearly doesn't care. He was quite honestly towards the bottom of the list. But here he is. Back.
This is what happened.
He came back. I gave him a second chance, and he did very well the second time. So
I remember that. I was texting. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that whole time it was with my ex too.
Oh yeah, and he was on Snapchat too, and like I just see him like snapping pictures. Like we're in the middle of a podcast.
Yeah,
here.
I remember the texting was with my ex because she got pissed at me, and I had to deal with that.
Yikes! Yeah, women. That's why we're happy to be single.
And I'm thankful that I gave me a second shot, even though I think this show could not have thrived as well without me because I bring the humor.
I'm so glad that you feel that way, Ryan.
I need to feel that way actually.
It's really, and then Spencer, you got to join us last year because your other show hosts were not in this country, so you got to be a part of it, and we've been lucky to have you on as well. And your first show was the free agent predictions about a year ago. This week or maybe last week, where you made some of the most appalling predictions ever.
And I told you guys just be ready.
I know.
The agreement one was close.
Yeah, you were the closest, to be fair, because you were the only one who said he wasn't going back.
I got
you got half a point for that.
And then I did. Yes. And then I I said Mike Trout wasn't going to be the best player in baseball this year.
You did. That was also appalling, which was also well.
It
Okay.
ended up being true.
To be fair, you technically didn't say that. You just said he's not the best player in baseball in general.
And he wasn't this year, though.
He wasn't this year, but he's still the
But he
best.
wasn't this
Still the best.
He hasn't. That means it's 3 years.
No, I think the worst thing that Spencer ever said was when he said Mookie Betts is not a top 10 outfielder.
I did say the same.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
You and I both
Yes,
did.
you did.
We both did. Yes, we both did.
Yeah. You know it's definitely a mess when Grafa and Spencer Chihawk agree on something.
When the Yankees signed, because when the Yankees signed, when the Dodgers signed Judge, he'll be going back to second, which is really the real master plan.
We will also eventually do free agent predictions. But my problem is this year is going to be really hard because I'm going to be on tour next year, so I can't keep up with it the way I want to. So you may just get a random spreadsheet from me at some point saying, "Hey, fill this out," or we may not do a show on it because we're not going to be on Blaze. Who the heck knows when our shows are going to be? By the way, going forward, this won't be the last running the bases ever. I promise.
No, it can't be.
No,
I mean, there's a possibility, but as of right now, that's not the plan. But, life's going to be kind of crazy. But we will be doing free agent predictions at some point. But I think that's something we should I realize that whether we do a show on it or not, it's something that we should as a group do forever. Just to kind of keep up with because it's funny.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, man, like this is like, make it an annual thing.
Baseball too.
Yeah, exactly. Make it, we're 50 years old and we're just, filling out these free agent predictions. Because I've got the spreadsheet and everything. So speaking of predictions, and sorry, my mom commented a laughing emoji, so I was wondering who was commenting. Speaking of predictions, I realized we haven't gone over our regular season predictions, and everything's done now. So we are going to do that.
No need.
We are going to do that today. It is. I was like, this is going to be a nice, lighthearted, fun way to end off. The problem is I don't remember all of these things that have happened, so I'm going to have my MLB app open so that we can go over it. So we start with the National League East predictions, and as much as I love to kind of fly through these, I also have to just mark who's right and who's wrong. So the National League East, the Braves won. It went Braves, Mets, Phillies, Marlins, Nationals. And the only person who got it completely correct was Ryan Blank. So congratulations. You got yourself the entire National League East. You are the National League East king. Just want to point
It's
that out.
weird because you're a fan of the East, man. That's weird.
I know. I actually
is
did
so
fairly well considering. I got Braves, Mets, Phillies right, but I got Nationals and Marlins flip.
Oh man, you screwed the pooch on that one, man.
I did, but to be fair, I was the only other one other than you to predict the Mets to finish in second. So I will take the smallest little bit of pride in that, and will go with saying, okay, well, at least I got something right. Sorry, I'm just as we go along, I have to color these all in,
You're good.
so you're just gonna
Very
have
good.
to bear with me.
That's a weird division.
I'm
just
trying
for-
to find it. There we go.
Well, it might actually be more fun if you don't, honestly.
Don't-
I will say the
Spence, that's 5 minutes.
Spencer had the most bold prediction in all of this by predicting the Phillies to finish in first and the Braves to finish in third.
They went the
did go to the
farthest.
World
They
Series.
did.
I like the Phillies.
But in terms of how this
That was
shook out, it wasn't
That is-
beneficial for you.
Every crazy thing I say ends up having a
In
point. to
some
it.
way or
There's
another.
always a point.
There always is, whether it makes sense or not in the moment. So Ryan is currently leading 5-3 to 3-1. Nick, you have.
Wow. Wow.
But there's plenty of time to come back because we are in the National League Central now, in which the Cardinals won. And Nick, you're the only one who got that right.
Hey, let's
So
go.
that means that you automatically have 2 free points there with the Cardinals and the Brewers. You also got the Reds and the Pirates. You got the entire Central
King of
correct.
Central. Let's go.
You got the entire Central correct, which means that Nick, you are the king of the Central.
Huge.
Yes.
Huge.
That is great news for you. Congratulations. I know you've been you are in the Central Division on the American League side, so I know it means a lot to you.
Yeah.
To
all the Reds
this
going
moment.
up. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. Right, just like that, you found yourself right back in contention. However, everyone else also got 3 through 5 exactly
Good
correct.
job, guys. That was
So
easy
that's
division.
that's actually very impressive. So we go to the NL West, and well, thankfully, all of us predicted the Dodgers to win, so that was great. However, this is where things start getting interesting. The Padres finished in second. Nick and Spencer did not predict that to happen. I did, and so did Ryan. Just make sure I'm on the right thing. So that ended up hurting you guys. You both picked the Giants, and then Ryan and I flip-flopped those. So Ryan and I actually got it right. But Ryan and I had this exactly the same. However, we both had the Rockies at 4 and D-backs at 5, and those two were flipped. So Ryan and I both got 1 through 3 correct, and then the last 2 were incorrect. But I will still say that is only helping Ryan because Nick, that really put you far back there. Both you and Spencer got 4 wrong in that area, so that is.
We're doing this for like just the division.
We got to recount the thing.
recount. We have to do a recount. We're gonna just tally them all up at the end.
For like everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Just like we always do. Which, to be fair, we've got to get. I mean, we're going pretty fast considering how we normally do these things. AL East was a very funny one. Oh my, the Mets just announced that Eric Chavez is the bench coach, and they now have a new hitting coach. That's interesting. Sorry, I didn't know that. American League East, none of us got right for the winner. We had 3 of us pick the Blue Jays and Spencer. So we were all very wrong. The highest anyone had the Yankees was 3rd, and that was Nick and Spencer who got that as 3rd place. So the Yankees who won the division, we had them at a high of 3.
That's crazy.
Ryan and I both had them at 4. Ryan and I actually we had the exact same predictions for the entire American League side. So if one of us gets something right, the other one will as well. I remember when we were doing that at the time, and we were laughing about how Ryan thought that I was cheating off of him, and he actually wanted to change his predictions because he knew he'd be screwed because he predicted me. Well, it turns out, Ryan, you were correct because we didn't get a singular divisional winner right, which is rough. Actually, wait, you got the AL West correct. I'll say that, but still, we were fairly wrong on the other ones. So you did change the AL West. I remember you had made that adjustment. But let me go through this AL East again. So we have, like I said, 3 of us picked the Blue Jays to win. Horrendous predictions by us.
Honestly, I would still do 10.
I agree. However, Spencer, you managed to snag a point here because you picked the Blue Jays to finish in 2nd.
Nice.
You were the only one to do that. I picked the Rays to be in 3rd, and so did Ryan. That gets us points. You guys, Nick and Spencer, both have the Yankees, so that is going to hurt you. And then we have very interesting. Spencer, you managed. Oh no, you actually didn't. Never mind. We all kind of screwed the pooch on the last 2 because we all had a combination of Yankees, Orioles, and Red Sox, and none of them in the right order. So this was by far our worst division yet. Only 3 correct.
It was a weird division.
It really, really was. This was the weirdest division of baseball. AL Central, we all really were wrong because we all had the White Sox winning it, and they didn't. Yeah, that was strange.
I did say though that I thought the next 4 teams were like 2 games apart though. I just was unlucky in how I placed it.
You were fairly accurate with that, I will say. However, Nick and I got points for having the Twins in 3rd. So shout out to us.
Very cool.
However, the rest of the division went just fairly wrong. Spencer got a point by picking the Tigers to finish in 4th.
Very cool.
Good job. So good for you. And nothing else. We also all had the Guardians last.
Yeah.
So this is by far our worst division yet.
Yeah.
While yes, there were 3 correct still, which ties the East. This is just as backwards as it gets.
Very bad. Very bad.
Oh gosh, that's the one.
I think what I did, I'm about to do. This one to the West. If I did what I did.
No, you actually were fairly in line with all of us. 3 of us picked the Mariners to win it. Ryan was the only one who didn't.
Okay.
So yeah, we weren't riding the train. We just weren't for whatever reason. But Ryan got it, surprisingly. So Ryan then gets 2 points because he also has the Mariners in 2nd, whereas the rest of us had the Astros in 2nd. So that really hurt us. And then it goes Angels, Rangers, Athletics, and I flipped Angels and Rangers. Nick, you did not. You did it correctly. Ryan got a perfect division here. Good for you, Ryan. Spencer, you also got the last 3 correct.
Oh, wow.
So congratulations. And so did you, Nick. I don't know why I didn't see that. So Nick, you guys all got the last 3 correct. I just flip-flopped the Rangers and the Angels.
Solid.
Yeah, Yeah, and that
They were-
wasn't
they were poor.
yeah, it wasn't a giant surprise. But congratulations, Ryan. You dominated through the divisional round. But we'll see how that plays out going through the awards. So, oh gosh, this is gonna start looking things up. But not with this one. The best record in the National League belonged to the Dodgers at 111 wins. And my stupid self picked the Brewers. So I just lost it.
That's fine.
I just missed out on a free point.
You know, you would have been right in a different world. So.
But
That's gonna
don't
be true
know.
for some of us here coming up quite a bit. Like
That's
I'm
fair.
ready to be very.
Yeah, I'm actually very, very
Yeah,
wrong.
some of these were hilarious.
Yeah.
that's fine.
Like the best record in the AL, where we had a combination of the White Sox and Blue Jays. Spencer and I picked the White Sox, and Ryan and Nick picked the Blue Jays. So that
I'm
was
sorry.
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
bad. Who did have? Oh, the Astros. All right, batting champ in the American League. This one is got to change. Oop, no, that's the wrong. Batting champ in the American League was Luis Arias.
Who picked that? I want to know right now.
Yeah.
Nobody.
What is that?
I got the closest by saying Luis Robert. So I picked a Luis. So technically, I should get a half a point. No.
Nah.
No. I picked Luis Robert to win. Nick, you picked Mike Trout. Ryan picked Vladdy Guerrero Jr. And Spencer, you picked Tim Henderson. And we also were all very incorrect when it came to our total batting average numbers in the American League too. We were way over. The lowest was Spencer and I with .330. He won it with a .316.
Yeah,
So
that
that
number's way down.
yeah, we were rough. However, in the National League side, we were actually kind of close. No one got it right. Unlike last year where you got it exactly correct.
Yeah.
You picked Trey Turner and the number exactly. That was elite. That
elite.
didn't happen this year. Jeff McNeil won the National League batting title.
Like everyone predicted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Flying
Honestly,
squirrel to the
honestly,
rescue.
in 2018, I said he was going to win a batting title some year. I didn't think he'd be this year. I wanted them to trade him before the season started because he was not playing very well the last couple seasons, and he had a great year. So Nick and I picked Juan Soto. Ryan picked Trey Turner, and Spencer went a little over the top with a bold prediction and picked Brian Reynolds, which was not that.
I thought if he got traded to the Dodgers, let's say.
All right, well, let's not go that far.
Well, at that point, he was still in trade rumors. With the
That's
Dodgers
true.
specifically.
That is fair. We were the closest one was Ryan with .331. He got a .326. Nowhere even close. Now, this is where things get interesting. The home run champ in the American
Wow.
League,
I don't know what.
none of us got it right. I was fairly close. I picked Yordan Alvarez. But Ryan and Nick both picked Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Spencer, you picked Eloy Jimenez. None of us were even close. Obviously, it was Aaron Judge. And Spencer got the closest with the number by picking 55. None of us. I picked 41. I was 21 off. However, if Aaron Judge didn't exist, I would have been the closest because Trout was next closest with 40. So, very interesting. But we really ruined that
I
one.
think the number he would have hit if he was healthy.
I know. So this one with the National League Home Run King, I actually was fairly close for a while here. I picked Paul Goldschmidt, and then
Oh, wow,
he just
yeah.
fell off the face of the
Yeah,
earth.
he did.
He stopped hitting. For
He
power.
stopped hitting for
kept-
power. Yeah,
He kept hitting on
that's
base.
true. He did win the MVP,
Yeah.
but he didn't hit for power.
Yeah.
Ryan actually got the closest here with picking Pete Alonso, but then Nick picked Juan Soto, Spencer picked Matt Olson. It was just kind of all over from there. Nobody got this one correct, either a number. The number was 46. I picked 43. Nick picked 45.
Dang it.
Ryan picked 44, and Spencer picked 47. So we were
Oh my
all
God.
right there. We just couldn't quite get it. So one extra home run or one less home run for Kyle Schwarber, and he would have gotten us a point. So far, we don't have a single point through anything after the best
Crazy,
records,
man.
which is kind of surprising. This has never happened before.
This is a weird year.
This was a fun
Very-
year.
It was a very
that
fun
means
year.
It's a fun year.
I agree. It was very interesting. Now, AL RBI leader. This is far and away Aaron Judge. I also picked Yordan Alvarez here. Nick also picked Yordan Alvarez, but spelled it as Yordan Alvers. Didn't really matter. Then the last two, Ryan and Spencer picked Jose Abreu, the newest Houston Astro. None of those were correct. It was Aaron Judge with 131. The closest anyone got to that was Ryan with 118. Just not even close. It was really, really far away. Yeah, and I also
Keep it
forgot.
coming.
I forgot that Pete Alonso had the most RBIs, and then actually with the same amount that Judge had at 131. So numbers wise, we were all very far off in the NL. No one also picked it. I picked Max Muncy. Nick, you picked Austin Riley. Ryan picked Juan Soto,
Honestly,
and Spencer picked Freddie Freeman. You were well. Okay, he actually didn't even come in. He finished in 14th, but it was not a bad pick. Ironically enough, you picked him to have 102. He hit 93, so we're kind of close. But Ryan, like I said, the closest to pick to 125 from Freddie Freeman, but just not quite. So we completely whiffed on batting numbers. The batting statistics 0. That is rough.
hey, but
Like a lot of
I know you got
players
the second though.
Well, we'll get there in a sec. Yes,
There was
we
a
will
lot
get
of
there.
Swing and miss this year.
Michael, before you continue, I have to head out. I have a stupid meeting that I have to go to.
Okay.
And if my boss hears that I think this is a stupid meeting, I hope he does, because it is a stupid meeting.
I was
But
gonna say-
I want to say a few words before I head off.
yes, go ahead.
You know, when I joined this, I did not know what to expect besides I had my good friend Nakash Nath on it. You know, that was really it. But this has been fun. The best memories are when Nakash and I walk out of the studio or walk away from the table because we can't deal with the horrible predictions or your terrible logic, Michael. But has it been a blast? And you saying, "Oh, this might be the last show." No, it's not. Let's just put that out there. That's just not the case.
Well, I'm glad we agree.
It won't be the last show because YouTube will miss us if that's the case. YouTube will miss us. Our boy Devin Ott will miss us a lot. So we can't let that happen. We can't let it happen. But man, Blaze brought us together, which I know people say Blaze is a cult. I don't say that. Some people around me think Blaze is a cult, but it brought us together for, in my opinion, one of the better shows on Blaze. So I appreciate you, Michael. I appreciate the times we've had together. But no, it's not done yet.
Well, thank you, Ryan. It was a pleasure having you on for these 4 years. Yes, his signature move, the signature flick. That was great.
Gentlemen, I'll see you on the flip side. Go Chiefs. Go Royals.
Go Chiefs.
Bye, Ryan. Now, just for the record, none of us here say that it's a cult. Just to clarify, in the event that there was any question,
I'll defend Ryan here.
let's not do that.
You
on
know
the
what?
air.
If I am silenced,
Don't matter to me.
Jesus.
I graduate in 7 days, so I don't care. I'm not saying it though, but I just can't. Thank you.
Sign that it's a cult. If you can't say something freely.
I'm not saying you can't say it freely. That's perfectly fine. So let's get back to it. So most wins on the AL pitcher side. We were our pitching stuff was really atrocious. I just want to let you guys know it was bad.
Sounds like none of these predictions went right.
Actually, wait a minute. We actually were better in pitchers. I'm seeing right away.
No,
Because Ryan actually got this right with Justin Verlander. He picked him to have 19.
Wow.
He had 18, so it was really darn close. However, I picked it 18, so I get a point from that, which I'm very excited about. So you picked Robbie Ray, as did I, and Nick, you picked Shane Bieber. So very close. You guys were also all around the number 2. Nick, you had 17 wins. Ryan had 19, and then Spencer, you had 20.
Why did I pick Shane Bieber?
I don't know. That was interesting.
No,
It could have worked.
I
It
mean,
really could have.
in a different world, it was right.
Oddly
Right?
enough,
all of these
considering-
predictions were right in some reality.
Oddly enough, considering that you put the Guardians in last, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Because to have him win 17 games would have been.
I was just kind of
appalling.
like laying my eggs everywhere.
Yeah, I mean it's smart. You gotta be. You have to protect somewhere.
Playing the field.
I'm playing like
Yeah. So this one is actually none of us got this one right in the National League winner side because it was Kyle Wright from the Braves with 21. I picked Brandon Woodruff. Nick, you picked Corbin Burns, and then Ryan and Spencer both picked Walker Buehler. I actually got the number right again somehow. I picked 21. Nick, you picked 19, and then Ryan picked 20, and Spencer, you picked 22. So again, dancing around, we just weren't quite there. So we head over to the ERA, and this is where we were also very wrong. Now on the American League side, Justin Verlander had the best ERA at 1.75. None of us were even close. The lowest was 2.3. That was both you, Nick, and Spencer with Robbie Ray, which was surprisingly both of the exact same pick. Shane Bieber had a 2.75 prediction from Ryan. It's in a different world, yeah. Now, the NL ERA leader, ironically enough, I actually would have been right about this had he stayed healthy, and so would Ryan with Max Scherzer, but we weren't. Nick, you picked Max Fried. Spencer, you picked Corbin Burns. It was Julio Urias. We were all wrong. Now, Ryan actually got really close to getting the ERA correct. He picked 2.17. It was 2.16. But no one else.
That's almost worse than getting it like.
Yeah, that is tough. That is really
so
tough. Because all he needed to do was maybe give up one more run or pitch one less inning in the season.
Imagine if his finger just slipped and he was like, "No, we're changing."
Yeah, right. Exactly. He's like, who cares? It's not going to make a difference. That could be the difference between $20 from each of us or not. AL saves leader. Let's see. Let's get to that. That was Emmanuel Clase with 42. That is elite. None of us picked him, and none of us got to 42. We all picked Liam Hendricks. Spencer, you got the closest. You picked 40.
Oh,
so you keep getting really close.
I get the vibe.
You do. You get close to the vibe, but you don't quite get the vibe.
Nice.
Now on the National League side, none of us picked Kenley Jansen because why the heck would we? Three of us picked Josh Hader. The only one that didn't was you, Nick. You picked Craig Kimbrell.
God,
that was bad.
It's a curse.
That's terrible.
It's a curse.
However, I do have good news and bad news. So Ryan was one off by picking 42, but Spencer, you picked 41 this time. You got it right.
Hey!
You finally got yourself a point in the accuracy department. So the strikeout leader in the American League side, I was happily picking Justin Verlander, but he didn't play a full season. It was Garrett Cole who got this, which was surprising, and none of us got it correct. However, Nick, you were technically the closest because you picked 275 and it was 257. So if you just flip-flopped him, you would have gotten it right. But no one was going that low anyway. Yeah, right. Spencer picked Robbie Ray, Ryan picked Shane Bieber, so did Nick, and I picked Verlander. Now the NL strikeout leader, I know obviously I got wrong because I picked Max Scherzer. It was not him. However, two people got the person correct, and that was Ryan and Spencer. You both picked Corbin Burns. So congratulations. That was a very bold not a very bold prediction, sorry, but none of us we didn't even come within 30 of the proper strikeout total. It was 243. The closest one was Nick at 272. So NL wildcard matchup, we did predict these, if you remember. These were kind of hilarious. None of us predicted the matchups correct, so it doesn't matter who the winner. Well, actually, we can pick who the winner was, to be fair. And actually, well, was it the 3 seed? The 3 seed and the 6 seed was the Mets one, which means that technically I got half credit because I picked the Padres, and so did you. We both picked the Padres to be the 6 seed.
I like that logic as long as I get half.
So we both get half point. Well, actually, we'll both get a singular point. You would get 2 if you got the whole matchup correct. Okay. None of us predicted the winner because neither of us picked the Padres to beat the Braves, and you didn't pick them to beat the Phillies. So second matchup was Mets, was 4-5, which was Cardinals-Phillies.
Yeah.
And that one we were fairly wrong with. I also got a point here because I picked the Cardinals as the 5 seed, which they
were the 4 seed, though.
They were the 4 seed, so it doesn't matter. But I'll still you still get half credit because
the team.
Yeah, the team's there. But nonetheless, we were all fairly wrong with this. However, we all had the Mets in this round. We also all had them winning. So we all were really, really bad in the wild card. We flip over to the other AL side. Wild card matchup 3v6 was that was the Yankees and the Guardians?
Yes.
Or no, were they
not the Guardians?
No, sorry.
No, that was the Rays.
No, it was the it was the Guardians and the Rays.
And
yeah.
The Rays, yes.
Sorry. Guardians and the Rays. Oh wow, we actually 2 of us picked the Rays to be in this matchup, and that was Ryan and Spencer. So congratulations. Both of you, well, Ryan's not here, but you get a half a point. And Spencer, you could have gotten it right, but the Rays lost. So it didn't matter. But congratulations, that's a point for you. Oops.
I haven't gotten a point in like three
It's-
like five.
The last
categories.
time you got a point, Nick, was picking the best record in the NL. It's been really rough.
I've been reminded in so long.
It's been so bad for poor Nick.
Didn't get the vibe.
No, you did not. It's okay. That happens. Now, the AL wildcard matchup of the 4 seed versus the 5 seed was the Mariners and the
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays. Got it. And we were kind of actually, Nick,
Oh,
you got
I was
yourself
due.
points
I was
here.
due.
You got yourself a point for picking the Mariners to be in the matchup, and you got the whole point as well for picking the Mariners to win. So you've
I
done
was
it.
so due.
You've done it. And Ryan and Spencer also got a point for picking the Blue Jays. Well, you picked the Blue Jays to be in it. Ryan picked the Mariners to be in it. But you also picked the Blue Jays to win, so it didn't matter. So I go on to the NLDS. This would be 1 seed versus 4-5, which was Dodgers versus Padres, which we actually saw fairly solid results out of everybody in terms of getting a singular point for picking the Dodgers, except for me, because I had the Brewers as the number 1 seed. So I'm an idiot. But we also all got the winners wrong because the Dodgers
Lost.
they choked. But congratulations, Dick. You got 3 points in 3 straight categories. So that is shout out to you.
That's,
Now the NL 2 seed versus the 3-6 was the Braves and the Phillies. And actually, 3 out of the 4 of us, oh no, all 4 of us got a singular point here because Spencer picked the Phillies and the rest of us picked the Braves to be in this matchup. So it's the first time we've all gotten 1 team correct. However, not a singular one of us got the winner right. So
that would so happen.
yeah, that's really
You're on
rough.
a point.
Yeah, that's rough. Actually, Nick, if it makes you feel any better, you are the only person to have predicted a winner of a matchup so far.
Hey,
You are the only one to have any correct winner of any of these matchups. So
take it. Love
congratulations.
victories. Love it.
Now the ALDS was
Not
the
easy.
yeah, no, it really isn't. The 1 seed versus the 4-5 in the ALDS was the who?
Yankees versus Astros.
Astros versus the Mariners.
Yes.
Astros won.
Which interesting. So Nick and Ryan didn't get a singular point. Sorry about that. Spencer and I got a point because I had the Astros and Spencer had the Mariners. And none of us picked the Astros to move on from this round specifically, from this matchup. The next matchup of the 2 seed versus, which is the Yankees Guardians. None of us had either of those teams in the playoffs.
From this point on, for the rest of our playoff predictions, we were wrong. Because we all got the losers in the first 2
correct.
rounds.
Yep, you're
So,
correct.
Maybe we should just do our World Series winners and keep going.
We were all wrong because
I
we
know,
were
but it'd be
wrong.
funny to
No,
hear
you're
what
correct.
you
We
said.
were all completely wrong on all of these because we had Dodgers, Brewers, Braves. Yeah, all terrible. Well, actually, okay, we're actually not completely wrong because on the AL side, you guys do have the Astros moving on. It's just that you had them coming out of the wrong side of the bracket. Which takes the ALCS, which has Nick and Ryan getting points with the Astros moving along, with the Astros getting there, and neither of you picked them. So you lost points there, which is a shame. So that takes us to the World Series, in which it's completely moot. But do you want to hear the predictions that we made?
I just want to hear the winner. I don't even care about the matchup. Just the winner.
I mean, you can vote.
Okay, well, I picked Dodgers, Blue Jays, and I picked the Blue Jays. Nick also picked Dodgers, Blue Jays. You also picked the Blue Jays.
Oh,
Ryan picked Dodgers, Blue Jays. He picked the Dodgers. And Spencer picked the oddest one of all with the Brewers and the White Sox. And you picked the White Sox.
That's been my matchup prediction for like
I was
3
gonna say,
years
I
now,
definitely
and it
heard
never
that
happened.
You cursed the heck out of them. No, you really did, because those 2 teams
I'm a
were.
jinx.
Neither of them made the playoffs. That's what
Yeah, it's true. Wow.
That's
But
what
I got
that classifies as an all-time bet prediction. That it has to, because neither of you made the
But
playoffs.
I have the most points so far too, though. That's
You may. I don't know. Are you keeping track in your head?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, damn. Okay. All right. Awards. Hooey. I don't remember any of these.
I do.
Okay,
I
great.
didn't get on it.
AL MVP. We're all wrong. I'm just gonna say that because we just were.
Yeah.
Closest was technically me. I picked Yordan Alvarez. NL MVP. Also all wrong. Everyone picked Juan Soto, but me, who had the worst prediction of everything, I picked Max Muncy.
Oh my god!
Whoa.
That was really
Soto
good.
wasn't exactly much better though.
Now, here is. Well, no, he was.
He hit like 250.
No, he hit worse than that. He was at like
No, he was
180
like
most of the season.
245.
That's true. It was pretty bad.
Really bad.
No. So AL Cy Young is the one thing that I've been praising myself for all year because I picked Justin
You
Verlander.
stuck to it.
I stuck to it before the season, and I was correct.
Good
And I'm
job.
very, very proud of myself for that. Spencer picked Gio. I don't know who that is. You just literally wrote in Gio.
Gonzalez?
The White Sox pitcher. Because I had the White Sox.
Oh, Giolito. Oh,
Giolito.
Giolito. So the NL side, we were all fairly off. I picked Max Scherzer. You guys picked Walker Buehler.
It was this year, though. So did you.
Max Scherzer would have won it if he
You're
was
right.
healthy.
You're right.
So I was kind of close.
You're right.
AL Rookie of the Year, except for Spencer. You got Julio Rodriguez. Ryan and I picked Bobby Witt,
I picked
and
Torque.
you
Yeah,
picked Torque,
yeah,
which
That's fair.
it is fair. NL, terrible. We went in order of me, Nick, Ryan, and
No one picked
Spencer.
Michael Harris first
We
of all.
had Hunter Green, Seiya Suzuki, Hunter Green, and Seiya Suzuki.
I'd say it's
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah, that was bad.
Oh,
I don't think any of us even knew who Michael Harris was.
No, we didn't. He was on the team.
Yeah. AL Manager of the Year, I don't know who won this.
And that was not Terry.
That was Terry.
Terry won it?
Which none of us got it.
Nope.
It was Terry and Buck.
We actually got kind of close. Why did I not pick Buck? I picked Craig Counsell to win it in the NL. But Ryan picked Buck.
Brewers.
I did, but
Yeah.
Ryan picked Buck. Oh, you want to hear the worst take of all? And we talked about it on the show 2 weeks ago. I don't think you were here. He picked Joe Girardi.
I was gonna say, that had to be.
That was amazing. That was the funniest thing.
No, I saw
You
that.
saw it with the bench coach.
I was the one that brought it up though.
Yeah.
I brought it. That was me.
Were you? Okay.
Yeah, I brought it up.
I remember at some point. Oh, that was
I brought
hilarious.
it up.
And
that
but
one's legendary.
to be fair, I understand why you did that, at least because you had the Phillies winning the division, which would have been shocking, and they would have, yeah. So I understand your reasoning for it, but in terms of backfires, yeah. Oh God, Silver Slugger. Do I even look at this right now? Because I don't even have patience. Okay, no, we do, because these are the last things that are here. So let me get the.
My comeback player was probably the worst one. My NL one wasn't even the guy that was hurt.
That's true.
I don't know what was going through my head at that point.
Well, let's find it. AL Silver Slugger first. AL Silver Slugger 2022. Let's see. Did anybody get any of these? The Silver Sluggers were a lot of us get a lot of late last second points. So let's roll. Why is catcher not first? That just doesn't make sense. Why? What? What? Did they not give out a Silver Slugger for catcher anymore?
They do.
Oh wait, what?
You want the National League ones? I can give you the 2022 National League Award if you want. I have them listed out.
You do? You have everything
I
listed?
have all of them.
Like in a list?
Yeah.
All right, great. Thank you. Let's just do AL first.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
The AL one.
Just whoever gets it first. Catcher?
Kurt.
Nope.
No. We all pick Salvador Perez. First base.
Nathaniel Wow.
Yeah, we all picked Vladdy. That was bad.
Second base. Altuve.
Oh, Nick!
Yeah.
You got a point.
Yeah.
No one else did,
I
but
love
you
that
got
little
yourself a point. That is great for you because you've been starved.
Yeah.
Shortstop.
Xander Bogaerts.
Oh wow! I was the only one who got this wrong. Everyone else picked Bogarts. Congratulations.
Wow. There we go.
I picked Correa, which
Oh, very good.
it wasn't a
Very
bad
good.
prediction,
I love that.
but
I love that.
future Met, by the way.
Oh,
Third base.
Xander Bogaerts.
Oh, okay. Ryan and Spencer got this one right.
Hey,
Nick and I picked Rafael
Ryan.
Devers, which is also not a really
that's
bad
a-
pick.
that's
That's
a-
our back today. Yeah.
So I'm the only one without a singular point so far. Outfield.
Okay, so it's Judge, Trout, and Julio.
Judge, Trout, and Julio. All right. Well, thankfully we all picked Mike Trout, so we got a point there. Judge. Spencer picked Aaron Judge, and
There we
so
go.
did Nick,
Hey!
and
we
so
did.
did Ryan.
So
And what was the last one?
It was Julio.
Yeah, no one picked that.
no,
I picked Giancarlo Stanton.
Oh,
Honestly,
no, it's not.
Honestly,
No,
he's
it's
also
bad.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That was rough. And then DH.
Oh, I'm assuming it was Jordan, but I don't have that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was Jordan.
Oh, great. All right. Well, the only one that got that wrong was Ryan.
What about the utility? We didn't do utility.
We did not, because that was not.
Utility was
I don't
Ryan.
think it was. They added that in midway through the season. Yeah, that was very strange. But that was also I call that the Luis Guillorme Award. That Luis Guillorme didn't even become a finalist in. They literally made it because of him, because he was hitting like 330 but didn't have a position. So like, we have to make an award for this guy, and they didn't even make him a finalist.
They nominated
sounds like they
people
would
in other positions.
Yeah, I was like, that's stupid.
That's not how it
All right, National League catcher.
That was Ichiro Muto.
Oh, I got it right. Wow. You want to hear the worst prediction out of here? You pick Joey Bart, Spencer. That's really bad. That's bad. First base.
Goldschmidt.
I also got that right somehow. Well, not somehow. I picked him to win the MVP. Everyone else got that wrong. Spencer, I think you did your NL blindfolded. Because you picked Joey Votto.
Joey Votto said he was going to hit 50 home runs, and he was doing decent, and then he got hurt, and he played hurt for a month and a half, and it ruined the season.
Yeah, I know, but I really just think you threw a dart.
When Joey Votto says something that he could do something, he does it.
All right, second base, like I said,
Every year.
we were wrong. Really wrong. Ironically enough, 3 out of the 4 of us picked Max Muncy, even though I had him winning MVP. Nick, you picked Ozzie Alvis.
He got hurt.
Yeah. Shortstop.
Very terrible.
Oh, we all got it right. Yes.
Very good. The clean sweep.
Look at us. Third base.
No, Arenado.
Oh wow, none of us got that right. You want to hear yours, Spencer? You picked Justin Turner. That makes no sense.
I mean, it's not crazy. He was good last year. I mean, the last year.
Outfield.
Mookie
Still have
Betts.
the most
Mookie
right.
Betts. One Mookie Betts pick, and that was Ryan for him. No one else picked him.
Kyle Schwarber.
None
And
of us
one
picked,
second.
none of
When
us
it's
picked
the
him
Soto
either.
pick,
One Soto, one.
Soto was. I know. Doesn't that seem a little flaky?
That's really flaky because he
What
does
is
not
that?
deserve Silver Slugger this year.
Yeah.
Thankfully, though, we all got a point from that for him. But that's kind of.
So even though I had the worst predictions, I also had the most correct.
Well, he also picked Nick Castellanos to win the Silver Slugger, which was not terrible, but not great. And then DH, I have to take credit for having a horrendous one here. I picked Nelson Cruz.
I mean, the Nationals believed in him.
Yeah, well, Spencer, you were on to something because you picked Kyle Schwarber, but he didn't win it at DH. So
Oh,
you know,
that's
It was Josh.
yeah, that's rough.
that's cheap.
That's even worse because none of us would have picked him.
Because he played first base.
Can I get a half point for Schwarber?
It's not going to matter. We get by half a point. If you're tied, yes,
Okay,
then
we'll take it. But I definitely want
you hope so, and then you'll be getting $60.
Yeah.
Reliever of the year in the American League.
Oh, we don't have that.
Oh, I don't have that.
All right, great. I will look that up as well. Whoever gets first, whatever. I think Nick might have gotten it right.
Edwin Diaz.
I mean,
Oh. Well, I didn't pick Classic.
you did pick Class.
Oh, then it had to be Classic.
That's who it was that won.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know why it's not popping up.
I just said Diaz for me.
Oh, because it might be a major league reliever. No. Hold on, that's weird.
Yeah.
Odd. Hold on. Oh, they didn't update it. Maybe they didn't do it yet.
It's not yet awarded.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
That's
I remember
stupid.
Leave of the Year one, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wait this out then. I don't think it's
No,
gonna matter.
I don't think it's going to matter either.
Well, it's going to be Diaz. It's not going to be Classic anyway. So.
Well, there's AL and AL.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see that.
Yeah.
Okay, then
Well, it'll be Diaz anyway in the NL, and it'll be
you're right.
Probably
Okay, because
Classic.
it's called the Trevor Hoffman one for the
Right.
NL.
it'll probably be Class A in the AL. So I'll give Nick a point for this temporarily. If it makes a difference in the end, then then we'll have to have people send other people money.
Wait it out.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to make a difference. Comeback Player of the Year in the American League. You picked Mike Trout, so it's not bad.
You
Very,
kinda
that's
come
very
back.
good. What
That's
do
a
you
great
mean?
pick.
That's
We all
very-
picked Mike
No, my
Trout.
NL one I don't know.
Well, you picked Clayton Kershaw.
I don't know what that was about.
That's not terrible. to
I
be
don't know
fair.
where that came from though, because he was fine. He played.
He's
last
been on and off hurt. If you were predicting him at like a Cy Young season, then it'd be like, oh, that's comeback player of the year.
year. Okay.
But does anyone know who won it in AL? Because I don't know. Who won.
Oh, comeback. Did they even announce this yet?
Yes, I saw it. Yeah, the other day. I remember actually.
Oh man.
It was the one thing that I actually remember knowing that I saw the award announcement of which was strange.
2022, Justin Verlander.
Oh yes, that's right. Which I should have predicted because I picked him to win the Cy Young.
And then you want to National League?
Yes.
Albert Pujols.
Nice.
I don't know if I like.
I mean, we would have been wrong anyway because we picked Acuna and Kershaw, so it wouldn't have mattered much.
Who got Kershaw?
Well, we picked Acuna and then
I
Spencer
picked
Kershaw.
Kershaw. But Pujols, I don't. I think a player that's retiring is comeback player of the year.
Yeah, but to be fair, yeah,
He's 20 home runs,
He had a
had
really
a
good year. I'm not
fantastic-
saying he didn't have a good year, but like, I think that's somebody that you're trying to hype back up. for
I
next
agree.
year.
Yeah,
He's the fifth best player. I guess.
it's crazy. All right, so
No,
we
I
have
get it.
time. I can
It's a
count
nice- it's a
these.
nice little list.
Fifth has 100 against left.
All right, I'm gonna count these as quickly as I can. So me, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, oh gosh, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, total. 25 for me. All right, Nick. Let's do this. 1, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You tied with me at 25.
You did good.
You actually did do very good. Now, that hinges on Emmanuel Clase winning that award, but
Still though,
I would think you would.
I don't.
I
Is it
agree.
really is. Well, it depends
I
on the
don't know,
nine
we'll
that
see.
I got. I guess I didn't include the division. That might be
oh,
a
okay,
big-
that could make a big difference.
that
All
could
right.
be a really big difference.
So, Ryan, 5,
I think Ryan will.
I think
8,
Ryan won.
11, 12, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 29, 30, 31, 2, 3. That's going to be tough to tough.
Yeah, I don't think I did that.
Tough.
Dang, that's
All right,
like
Spencer,
4
3,
months, bro. Oh my
6,
God.
7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 22, 26, 27, 28, 29, and that is so close.
I wasn't
All of
counting the
those
division.
individual
Oh.
numbers that if you had gotten right, you would have won. But you didn't. So that means that he's not even here. But
But
Ryan.
still-
No, we don't.
No, we don't because he doesn't know.
right.
That's 20 extra bucks in our pockets this year, fellas.
I
Congratulations.
was being serious.
Congratulations.
You know what?
We're all winners.
If anyone asks Spencer won.
No,
Yeah, there we
if
go.
he
That's fair.
asks,
Okay, fair.
then we can do it. But
Fair,
if he
fair.
doesn't ask,
It's fair. That's
Yeah.
I-
it ain't on us.
I think
That's
fair.
his money that he should be
Yeah.
asking about. Be like,
Oh
hey,
my
did I
God.
win money today? It's like, yeah, you did, in fact. But if you're not going to ask and you don't care enough about it,
This feels wrong.
no,
If
it's not
he
wrong.
If you thought the meeting was stupid, you shouldn't have gone.
That's
Fair.
fair.
Facts.
You know what?
That stupid
You know what?
meeting is going to cost him $60.
You can't talk about the stupid meeting and then proceed to go to the meeting.
Ain't that the truth?
Someone that's listening is going to tell him for sure.
Facts.
Why would they do
Well, my mom's one of them, and she's definitely not going to tell him. She may in like a week if he comes over.
that?
Like, hey, by the way,
What's the amount of time before it doesn't matter anymore? What's the
for what? Oh,
limitation or whatever it's
I'd say a month. Where we can like, you're still thinking about that?
called? Okay.
I would say that'll
Statute of limitation.
that'll depend. That'll depend. I actually don't think it is even above the she's right. But
Hopefully she's not watching.
yeah, I don't think she is. So, fellas, we've got 4 minutes, well, really 3, to wrap up our last goodbyes here on Blaze Radio. This hour went so fast because of this.
Yeah, that was perfect.
It
I
was.
did
It was really.
Yeah.
This was probably the quickest we've ever done something like this before, ever, which is just impressive. Actually, I want to compare this year's numbers to last year. We did the same exact awards last year as we did this year.
We should use like every year.
I'm not on this though, so I'm the.
Yeah, last year you weren't. It was just me, Nick, and Ryan.
Hey, you got second in your first year. Very good.
Nick, did you win last year?
Yeah.
Well, you won last year.
Yeah.
You had 26, so you actually did worse this year than last year, but you won last year with
Wow.
7 points less than Ryan got this year. So
Our
we
median is 25.
we all blew it out of the water this year
Yeah,
compared to
apparently
last.
we thought we were doing so bad.
I know.
But that's because the Silver Sluggers, I think, helped a lot.
I know. Actually, at the time that we went over this last year, they hadn't announced the comeback players either. because I still have Trey Mancini as a I don't know maybe. It's still white on here instead of red or green for winning. But I mean, I will say, we also didn't give out MVP and Cy Young last year. I mean, we knew they weren't going to win though. But man, what a crazy ride it's been. I will say. I'll let you guys do some final thoughts because I'll just send it on home. Spencer, have you go first, considering you're the more new member.
Yes, I hope to be a continued on member after this. This was a lot of fun to be a part of. I know that I was brought on with some pushback, but I'm glad it. I'm glad I've proven my value to the group.
You have.
Your opinion and other shenanigans. I want to clarify my earlier comments about Blaze being a cult. I would quickly like to say I think Blaze is a cult the same way that like Glee fans are, and the people that are obsessed with the emoji mustaches are.
That's that I can understand.
I think it's a good.
But that's definitely a cult. But it was a lot of fun to be on. I'm very much looking forward to future installments. And yeah, that's all I got. Second place.
Spencer, congratulations. All right, Nick.
Oh yeah, it's kind of crazy that this is the last time we're gonna be in here recording on the show, but no, it's been fun. It's definitely been one of the goofiest shows I've been a part of. Definitely one of the more structured ones though, which I think was good.
Yeah, we had both.
We definitely did have both. Shout out to you for that. And yeah, no, this was really, really fun. We gotta do these awards every year for sure. And like this won't be the last episode for Running the Bases for sure, but as for Blaze Radio, it will be. But it's kind of sad. I think this might be the last time we're all in person together too. Actually, never again because Blake's not even here.
That's
Let's
true.
see all meet up at some point.
Well, I mean, who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, but this was a blast. Shout out to you for creating the show and everything. It's really been a lot of fun.
Well, thankfully for me, it doesn't seem like Dom is here, so I'll be able to wrap this thing up with a
We
really.
did see Dom before the show.
Well, he's not standing up.
That's right.
So he's what?
He's not hawking.
Not hawking.
Either way, what a ride it's been, man. September of 2019, I started this show with the hope of, I thought it was just going to be me doing regular podcasts. I put so much time and effort into editing highlights into the first like two where I had a timer and highlights. And if you watch the first podcast episode, it was phenomenal because I had anything I spoke was a graphic or a highlight there. I spent probably 5 hours. Then I realized this is not feasible. Stop that. Thankfully, the radio show kind of eliminates the ability to do that. But
Worked out though.
it did. It really did.
We saw the show.
Oh yeah, I mean, this StreamYard became an option because we had COVID happen, and it was.
I think that's been honestly better than that.
I agree. I mean, if we had to do this, it would have been fine, but people wouldn't have been able to listen to us, and while we haven't really grown a fan base, someone like Devin, who's a loyal fan, wouldn't have known that we even existed.
Right.
And it's really cool that we
brought on guests too.
I know. I mean, between Blake to Tim, I mean, I can't even say everyone's name because I can't think of them. But thank you to all the guests who have joined us. Gary Thorne,
oh my God,
absolute legend. Yeah. And there is Dom Stern. But it's been a wild ride for Running the Bases here on Blaze Radio, and it's sad to say goodbye to it for the last time here. But Blaze Radio have been great to us. You've helped us along throughout this crazy 4 years of college, at least for me. I know you guys are not done yet, but it's been a blast, and I will never forget the moments we made here on Blaze Radio doing the show. So thank you, Blaze Radio. Running the Bases ain't going away, but on Blaze Radio it is. So thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Seeing Dom's little head in the back.